What's up, everybody? This is Whiskey in the Six. I'm Rob. So, for those of you who've been subscribing to my channel for a while, mainly watch my Scotch videos, it's no secret that I'm a huge fan of Glengoyne. I've done the review on the 15-year-old, the 18-year-old, both empty now. I had a 200 milliliter sample of the 21-year-old plus the large bottle, which, like I've told many of you, because my father bought it for me as a gift, will likely stay for a very special occasion. To my surprise, I sent out an email not too long ago to the Glengoyne distillery, the media department specifically, and just told them how much I'm a fan, and basically what I got in return was a full bottle of the 12-year-old, which we'll be reviewing today, alright, and a nice 200 milliliter more than sample of the 18-year-old, which is, as many of you know, probably my favorite Scotch at the moment. So because I did the review already on the Glengoyne 18-year-old, I'm going to be doing a head-to-head battle, the 18 versus the Tomatin 18. Alright, that'll be coming up shortly. Alright, I'm a big fan of the Tomatin as well, so obviously I don't want to give away any spoilers, but if you've watched my reviews, you know how I feel about the Glengoyne 18-year-old. So, but I'll tell you why I feel so passionately about the Glengoyne 18-year-old. I want to stop there and make sure that I thank the Glengoyne Distillery Media Department specifically, and Russell from Kirkwood Diamond, who's the Canadian distributor in Oakville, who sent me these beautiful bottles via UPS. Much appreciated, guys. Thank you very much. Alright, let's get this started. So, we're going with the Glengoyne 12-year-old today. I had a little experience with the 12-year-old before, but not a ton, and I sampled it yesterday to get my notes down to make sure that I knew what I was going to say about it. I'm going to start by saying it's fantastic stuff. Okay, I'm going to let it sit and talk a little bit about the distillery. So we know that Glengoyne is a Highland Scotch, but it's so close to the border that actually I believe where they grow their barley is on the mainland portion, or the lowland portion, sorry, of Scotland. But the distillery is located on the border, so it's still considered a Highland Scotch. Fantastic product. Everything I've tried from them, incredible. This bottle is natural color, okay? It's bottled at 43%, and it's got a nice color to it, okay? To achieve that after 12 years on natural color, you know for sure there's going to be some first fill sherry in there, as well as a large portion, actually it says right on the bottle I believe, of first fill bourbon casks. So it's a combination of sherry and bourbon casks. Fantastic stuff. I'm going to start with the nose, talk about the texture on the palate, the taste, and then we'll give this bad boy a mark. It's unbelievably malty. It's such a pleasant, grassy maltiness to it on the nose, right off the hop. You get lemon zest, baked goods, like coconut baked goods. I would say like macaroons, like coconut macaroons, right out of the oven. It's very sweet smelling, very coconut smelling. You get a little bit of caramel in there. and there's almost no burn, no alcohol burn on the nose, which for me is fantastic. It's actually got some nice legs on the glass. If you look, very syrupy, and I will say that I noticed last night it's very buttery on the mouth. It's got a very buttery texture. The nose, honestly, if I had to just mark the nose is outstanding. All right, it's fantastic. Out of all the 12-year-olds I've had, I've yet to experience a nose like this one. And I don't want to compare within the same range, but I will say the nose on the 12 is, for me, nicer than the nose on the 15. I love the 15. I gave the 15 an A. I gave the 18 an A. I feel like the nose on the 12 is closer to the nose on the 18 than the 15. I don't know what changes about the nose. I felt like there was more winey notes on the 15. It was still very good. Still excellent, actually, in my opinion. But I like the nose on this one better. Okay, on the palate. Super, super soft. Very little alcohol burn. Sweet right off the hop. The finish keeps going. Still going. Getting a lot of that maltiness now. Really, really good. Again on the palate. So the citrus notes come through on the palate from the nose. The coconut comes through on the palate from the nose. The baked goods come through on the palate from the nose. I was watching the other reviews on the 12-year-old, and a lot of people believe it's a before dinner type dram. I would say it's sweet enough to be an after dinner type dram as well. I know you tend to go with something a little bit older when you want an after dinner dram, but this honestly has dessert-like qualities. It's a fantastic 12-year-old. Really, really good. If I'm comparing this to all other 12-year-olds in its class, I would say up until this moment, the Glengoyne 12-year-old was probably my favorite. This has definitely solidified its place at first compared to all other 12-year-olds I've had. It's got a little bit of everything. It's an everyday dram. It's good for the amateur, good for the experienced person that knows a little bit about whiskey, knows a little bit about scotch, because it is surprisingly complex for a 12-year-old. Not overly complex, but for a 12-year-old, it's surprisingly complex. It's not overly sweet. I think it's the perfect level of sweetness. Like I said, it's malty, so you get that natural flavor that you want out of a scotch. Okay, and you can tell they take pride in the fact that they spend a lot of time making their barrels, drying their grain. Okay, they never use peat to dry their grain. They use just air to dry their grain, so it takes a lot longer. All right, they take pride in the fact that that process is not hurried, it's not rushed. Okay, and that honestly, in my opinion, up until the 12-year-old, I haven't had the 25-year-old just yet. I will one day, I promise you. But from the 12 to the 21, fantastic stuff. I've never had anything that disappoints me about any of them. I would like to try the 10-year-old actually. I haven't had an opportunity to do that just yet, but that'll come. And like I said, one day I'll get my hands on the 25-year-old. But for now, thank you very much to the Glengoyne Distillery. I really, really appreciate this. It's not every day that your favorite distillery decides to give you something for free. So outstanding. I'm speechless. When I think about it, I'm amazed. All right, so thank you very much. I'm gonna give this an A, guys. I think that's obvious by the way I've been raving about it. I highly recommend it. It's $77 at the LCBO. Okay, in the United States, I'm pretty sure you can find it for anywhere around the $50 to $60 mark, and in the UK, you're looking at about 40 pounds ish, maybe a little bit less. Okay, but worth every penny. It's priced right around what its competition is priced at, a lot less than some, and it's really good stuff. It's an A for me. Okay, so thank you again to Russell from Kirkwood Diamond Distributor for Glengoyne and the media department in Glengoyne. Like I said, to come, I'm gonna have the 18-year-old battle up against the Tomatin 18-year-old. I have a few more waiting for their chance. The Tobermory 10-year-old, Collingwood Canadian Whisky, and St. Andrew's Scotch as well. Those will come eventually. All right, but for now, actually, what I was gonna do is give you guys a direct comparison. I haven't had an opportunity to try the Macallan 12-year-old Fine Oak, but the sherry is often compared to other 12-year-olds. You're looking at something that's costing you about $100 American for, or well, no, maybe about $70 American for the Macallan Sherry Oak 12-year-old. This blows that out of the water in my opinion. I don't like to trash other products, but for whatever reason, the Macallan 12-year-old is incredibly popular, and it's a huge disappointment in my opinion. So if you're comparing Highland Scotch to Highland Scotch, although Macallan likes to consider themselves a Speyside, they're technically a Highland Scotch. This is a way better bang for your buck, and it's just way better in general. Okay, so Glengoyne 12-year-old, pick it up if you haven't already. You can find me on Instagram, Whiskey in the Six. On Twitter, I'm at whiskey_in_the_6. On Facebook, I'm Rob Reviews. And I want to thank all my subscribers. For whatever reason, my Virginia Black video recently just went on fire. Fire for me because I'm not used to getting 1,000 views in almost a weekend. So thank you very much to all those people that were watching that video. Hopefully I retained some of you guys and I got some of you guys to be my subscribers, and hopefully more videos like that will be to come, and I hope you like this one as well. Cheers, guys.